Hi guys, I am here today to talk about my 2016 Pan That Palette idea, intentions, what I'm thinking about, my plans, whatever you want to call it, project panning, planning, I don't know, whatever the title's called. So, I believe Amber F., who started the whole project, started the whole Pan That Palette challenge with her Naked, won the original Naked palette back when, has mentioned something in one of her videos, I don't remember which one, about doing her Steal It in the Light palette for 2016. Since I missed out on the community aspect of panning the Lorac Pro palette with everyone else, I am going to be joining in on the Steal It in the Light palette because I do have that palette. I have depotted it into my large Z palette, and this is the 10 shadows right there. I'm pretty excited to get to use these. I love some of these shadows like Kitten and Sunset, but I really haven't used them a ton. I did get this on clearance, so it's not my oldest palette by any stretch of the imagination. I hated the cardboard packaging, so I depotted it. And my main goal for this, for 2016, is really going to be using products, not necessarily finishing products. And I sort of first heard that mantra or saying from HeidiKMakeup. She has a great beauty videos and all different kinds of videos, and she's a cruelty-free, and she talks about transitioning from a non-cruelty-free to cruelty-free makeup. So I'll try and link her channel down below as well. I of course will link Amber F's channel because she's sort of the Pan That Palette. She spearheaded that whole movement. So I will list both their channels down below. So HeidiKMakeup talks about hitting pan on items because she wants to use things, not necessarily finish things. And I think that if I sort of change my mindset over to that it will make a lot of things more attainable and it will allow me to enjoy more of my collection. So that being said, I want to try and hit pan on all of these shades. And some of them I will want to finish up, like probably Kitten, the cream matte shade, this nice transition shade, which I think is called Bliss, and this I think is called Sunset, that bronzy shade, because those are just shades I really enjoy. So I'll probably want to use those up, but some shades like the black matte shade, I know I won't use up, and I'm okay with that. This brown shade, I also seem to have a lot of trouble getting color payoff when I even do finger swatches, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to play around with some of these things before I make any definite, goals for myself. But, ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to make you guys shake. But that's what I'm thinking about for 2016 in terms of the Steal in the Light palette. There's also a palette that I've really been missing and I really want to sort of get to know a little bit better, and I spent quite a bit of money on this as well. So I do want to try and use this palette and hit pan on everything. This is my Laura Mercier Artist Palette. This was from Holiday 2013. It sold out like everywhere. I ended up getting it in stores after it was moved to my store when I used to work at Sephora. It was $48, which is pretty expensive in my mind. Yeah, it was like really hyped up, and I think the Artist Palette that's permanent now is the same shadows, but the packaging is different, I think. So anyway, this is the palette I'm going to try and use. As you can see, I have hit a little bit of pan on Vanilla Nuts, which is just a cream skin tone shade. And there are some beautiful shades in there. So it's a row of neutrals up here and then a row of purples down here. I love neutrals and purples and sort of bronzy colors. So between the Steal in the Light palette and the Laura Mercier palette, I think I'm going to really have a good selection of shades that I personally love to wear. Again, I don't necessarily want to use everything up in here, but I do want to hit pan on everything. There may be some shades that I want to use up, like Vanilla Nuts, I'm sure I'm going to want to use up, just like the matte skin tone shade in the Steal in the Light palette, I'm going to want to use that up. Fresco is a transition shade that's really beautiful. I'll probably want to use that one up too. These pans are also a little bit smaller than a traditional eyeshadow pan. So these are going to be easier to use up than the Stila pans because those are larger pans. So that's sort of what I'm thinking about for 2016. I just want to let you guys know, if I don't finish my Urban Decay Naked palette by the end of the year, or my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette by the end of the year, I will give myself one additional month to finish up any remaining shadow in there. but by the end of January 2016, that palette will be leaving me one way or another. And then I will be focusing on these two palettes solely for 2016. I can still use singles and that kind of thing, but those are going to be the two palettes that I focus my energy and attention on during 2016. So it's 22 shades, which sounds like a lot of eyeshadow, but I think I go through eyeshadow pretty quickly. You know, we'll see. Also, the pans in the Laura Mercier palette are a little bit smaller, and I just want to hit pan on all of them. That's like my overarching goal, is just to hit pan on all of those shadows. But I don't want to finish up the blacks or the dark colors. I just want to hit pan on them. But some of the lighter colors, I probably will want to finish them up once I get into them. So those are my plans for 2016. If you guys have any videos about what your plans are for project panning, or if there's, you know, items you want to use up by the end of 2016 videos, you know, once we get closer to the end of the year, people start putting those out too, let me know. I would love to watch them. If you're doing a Pan That Palette challenge right now, please let me know. I would love to watch it as well. If you guys have any questions about this, or if you're doing a Steal in the Light palette for 2016, let me know. Again, I really want to follow sort of as many people as I can who are on this Pan That Palette project panning journey overall. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you later. Bye!